I don't have any kind of bits, so Nina, say something to sync up.
Shoes.
Tooch, say something to sync up.
Fish.
All right. Oh, yeah, the trolls. Okay.
You dumbass.
Hi, and welcome to the Toon Goons, the podcast in which we take a adult critical perspective into the world of cartoons and animation and talk about how they affect the pop cultural landscape at large. I'm one of your hosts, Nikki, the Psychic Supreme.
I'm Nina.
And I am Tooch. How come Nikki gets a name? What?
Because on last week's episode, I was like, hey guys, wouldn't it be fucking crazy if Homestar Runner updated on October 3rd? And it did.
All right.
Psychic Supreme.
Oh, yeah, I still haven't checked that out.
It's a Beast.
It's a Beastie Boys video.
It's a Beastie Boys video.
Man.
It's great.
It's basically check it out.
That's great.
Or the one where the Sasquatch kidnaps them.
Yes, I have seen that video.
Where Kanye West is confused as to why the Beastie Boys are Sasquatches.
Is that also the one where the guy hits him with the bread, the baguette?
Maybe.
You know more about Beastie Boys than I do.
They didn't have an animated
I
series.
Oh my god.
That actually would have been really cool.
Real quick, you know what I was sad about this? I thought about this weekend was sad about?
Sure.
Is that they never made a good Mega Man cartoon that we could talk about
Nikki,
on this show.
That has been the bane of my existence. The fact there is no good Mega Man cartoon. I've been wanting
Let's just watch the super rad opening of the shitty Mega Man cartoon and then talk about as if it were good.
We could watch the educational Mega Man cartoon that was produced by the Japanese Board of International Education or whatever to promote Japanese awareness. That's kind of cute. Because, Mega Man and all the...
There was also a... I'm sorry, there was a Mega Man EX anime.
Yeah, there was Mega Man...
EXE.
Battle Network. Jack-in!
That almost didn't pass the censors.
But I like the educational one because Mega Man and all the characters come out of the video game into Japan and they're all like, oh no! It's kind of cute.
Why do they drive on the other side of the road, Rush?
No, it's more like,
Bark.
Oh, let me teach you about our Japanese traditions, Mega Man. Oh, thank you, little boy. It was cute.
Yeah, because there's been so much good Mega Man stuff. That's the thing about Mega Man, a lot of classic Capcom games. There's no story to them, but they lay just enough groundwork to create a mythos that can be expanded upon by other smarter people. If they made
a cartoon of the Archie comics, I think...
all day, every day.
I could die happy. Totally and completely.
Yeah. Yeah, if anybody's not reading those, they're fantastic. They're the best realization of, Mega Man as something the most faithful representation. Because, there's the Proto-Man, which is, Mega Man, but it's more 1984, but Mega Man character names are in there.
If they make a good Mega Man cartoon, can Scott McNeil still voice Proto-Man?
Was he the guy from Ruby Spears?
He was the guy from the 90s cartoon. He also voiced Dr. Wily, and they talked to each other a lot, so that was weird. No, the American one.
The Ruby
Spears one.
I don't
That's
know what
the
Ruby
company.
Spears is.
They were the studio. If so, no.
The one where Proto Man had the
job.
underwear.
Was that the one where he tricked Mega Man into he was going to shoot Lincoln
Yes!
and in the process shot Mega Man? Is that the one you're talking about, Tooch?
Yes.
Okay, then no, he wasn't very good in that.
No, that show was... I tried to watch that show because I love Mega Man so much. I love Mega Man so much, I watched that fan movie. Okay.
No, how? How did
because
you
I love Mega Man that much.
We love Mega Man so much, we'll talk about it for 10 minutes on a podcast that isn't even about Mega Man.
Every podcast should be about Mega Man.
One more thing. Tangentially related to Mega Man and mostly cartoon related. I've been seeing the Naruto run a lot recently.
That's because it's ending.
Yeah, there's only...
No, I mean the style of running.
Oh,
in the show.
yeah.
Oh.
Okay, Mega Man in Smash Brothers runs that way.
Well, I think...
Really?
Yeah, I mean, he's not horizontal, but he leans forward and his arms are behind him.
I think that is a
when
ninja
dashes.
run. I think that's where Naruto got it, some kind of...
No, Naruto got it because, Daisuke Naruto, whatever the fuck his name was.
Daisuke Naruto!
he said it was easier to draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easier to convey motion.
But the turtles do it sometimes, too.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. The turtles did it, at least in the new show. I've been playing Hyrule Warriors, and both Sheik and kind of Lana do it. And there's one... The fucking logo type for that new Annie movie, even she's, like, jumping, but, like, her arms are behind her. Nobody runs that way.
Believe in Annie.
Okay. I have a ton of news stories.
But just before anybody gets mad, Naruto's written by Masashi Kishimoto.
That sounds familiar.
Not Daisuke.
I kind of want to know how
like with
ends.
bands.
It's ending like in 5 weeks.
Wow.
It's like with bands. It's like, I assume every band is like the Ramones, where if I don't know the guy's real name, I'm just like, Johnny Aerosmith.
Brian AC/DC.
It's terrible. All right, what
do you got for news? Other than Homestar Runner came back and I'm happy.
So the Irish company Toon Cartoon Saloon, the guys who did Secret of Kells, they are developing a animated series called Ellie the Ace.
Ooh.
It is a $5.1 million series project. It was pitched.
That's a lot for TV, right?
It was pitched September 24th by Cartoon Saloon's Paul Young, Nora Twomey, and Luis Bagnell at Cartoon Forum. Gathered a lot of buzz. Ellie the Ace turns on an adventurous and endearing 10-year-old girl who flies across the floating islands of Lockhart and makes friends along the way. The series is directed and created by Bagnall, who last worked on the animation of Randy Cunningham, 9th Grade Ninja, and collaborated on the character design of The Secret of Kells.
Cool. That sounds
Yeah, they are in advanced negotiations with Disney for multiple territories to release this show. Apparently, according to Beth Gardner, VP of Original Programming at Walt Disney, Ellie the Ace has a retro feel that's not old-fashioned. It's a very energetic show that boys and girls can connect to, and Ellie is a rare character for TV. The show really conveys a sense of adventure and a depth of storytelling.
I like those things.
Yeah, and it's 2D, it looks like.
Rad.
I would think so from Toon Saloon.
Yeah, there's this little...
I almost called them Goon Saloon, which is the name of our Skype chat.
Yeah.
Nobody steal that.
Like, I'm looking...
Copyright
There's
Skype
this little
chat.
image, and it's super cute. She's this little redhead girl in like a Red Baron airplane, and like there's like a castle in the sky, like floating islands in the sky in the background. Like, it looks like it's going to be super cool. So I'm excited.
Oh yeah, it looks rad.
That's the cool stuff.
Floating islands, inconceivable but always appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so last weekend was the first weekend in American history with no Saturday morning cartoons.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
For the first time in 50 years, there was not a block of animation on broadcast the morning of last Saturday. Today's the 6th, so it would have been the 4th.
Oh, yeah, today's October 6th, 2014, we didn't mention what we're talking about. We're talking about Boxtrolls.
Jeez, aren't we so professional? Yeah, apparently the CW was the final holdout in Saturday morning animation, and ran.
I didn't even know they
still
still
and ran
had
its
it.
last batch of Vortex cartoons last weekend.
Yeah, they've been more or less dead and out the door for a while now.
They've stopped being a thing ever since. I think I said this in another podcast. Like, Nickelodeon Cartoon Network just made cartoons all the time.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know, like, some people are sad.
I mean, this is how cable works. Is that you can make a channel of what would be niche programming, and then the niche it previously fell into no longer exists because it's no longer necessary.
Yep.
So it's like an end of an era, but I mean, it's not like cartoons went away. It's quite the opposite.
Yeah, I mean, I know some people are sad about it, but I'm like, why?
When was the last time you watched any Saturday morning cartoons? Like, there's a reason they're gone.
You can watch cartoons
the last time I watched anything that could be like technically considered Saturday morning cartoons was Korra season 1.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, it was on Saturday mornings for no good reason. And here's the thing, it should have been in prime time.
I didn't even watch Saturday morning cartoons. In the morning, I slept in. I had breakfast, and my mom didn't want me watching TV so early in the morning.
Yeah. I mean, I remember watching, like, Disney's One Saturday morning because we didn't have cable for a lot of growing up. So, like, that's cool. Where we watched. Yeah.
Honestly.
Recess, Pepper Ann, Doug, and probably something else that kept getting swapped out.
Thinking back on the Saturday morning cartoons, like what were considered like the best Saturday morning cartoons around, you didn't miss much.
I mean, I thought I had pretty good cartoons growing up, so like I'm not sad about it, but you know,
it was all either like badly dubbed anime or cartoons attempting to be hip by probably using the word hip in their pitch.
Alright, next story. The British Film Institute is partnering with Ardaman Animations to launch a new program on the 3rd of October, backed by €1 million of lottery funding to support the development and production of new animated feature films and the creative talent making them.
This isn't the issue, but why would it be euros if it's the British Institute? The pound is
Or maybe it is the pound. What's the symbol for the pound?
I
think that's a pound. It's like a squiggly L.
Yeah, it's a squiggly L because
it almost looks like an E.
For like Libra, the Latin word.
It almost looks like an E.
The euro has 2 lines through it.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Pound. That makes more sense. Okay, so the way it's going to work is that the BFI will be providing funding for up to 2 years to 3 filmmakers or filmmaker teams to develop their projects with dedicated development support through their animation development lab. This is done just because, animation is expensive. It takes a long time, and they want more animated films, so they're going to basically fund them if people are willing to make them. And the closing date for applications is November the 28th.
Yeah, I mean, animated films are a good investment because, kids' movies sell, often regardless of quality.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, I guess the inverse is something we're going to talk about this episode.
Yeah, they are looking for stories that engage, inspire, and entertain audiences, explore universal themes, work for family audiences, and entertaining both adults and children, and which demonstrate the filmmaker's ambition to dramatize stories on a bigger canvas. So yeah, there's a link.
Yeah, that's what animation is.
Pretty much. There is a... So if you live in the UK and have an animation team and want to make a movie, you can apply for this, I guess, grant to make this movie through the BFI. So you should do that.
It's a very specific list of requirements, but maybe you listen to this show.
Maybe one of the 100 or so people who listen. I should probably stop mentioning how many people listen. It's not an impressive number.
Although if you keep accidentally doing it over the course of the show, people will be like, oh, hey, the number's getting higher.
The teaser trailer for the Pixar film Inside Out was dropped over the course of that week.
Oh, yes, it was? I missed it.
Oh, yeah. I remember. I seen it.
It was the beginning very much played on like the whole, we're Pixar and we've made you feel so many things. Like, look at all these great movies we made. And now we're making another movie
about those feelings.
Yeah.
Voiced by your favorite people.
Yep.
Isn't Amy Poehler in this?
Yes, she plays Joy.
She's like the main character, basically, at least according to the teaser
trailer.
Yeah,
because, again, if you don't know, Inside Out is about a little girl, I think she's maybe like 11, I don't know, and the emotions that live inside her head that help her get through her life. And each of these emotions are personified by a different actor or character. Lewis Black plays anger, of course.
Duh.
Yeah, he's like this little red square guy. They're all really cute. The woman who played Phyllis in The Office is playing Sadness, or whatever it's called.
That woman's name might actually be Phyllis.
Okay.
Because a lot of the thing with the American Office is that they... it's Phyllis Smith. Oh, and also Mindy Kaling's in there. Because a lot of people who were on that show were originally crew members who... I know specifically Phyllis Smith. She was, like, part of casting and was reading the lines for the people auditioning. And they're just like, we kind of dig what you're doing. We kind of dig this sad sack woman thing you've got going on. Be in the show.
It's Amy Poehler as Joy, Louis Black as Anger, Mindy Kaling as Disgust, Bill Hader as Fear, Phyllis Smith as Sadness. And the little girl is going to be played by a girl named Caitlin Diaz. And John Ratzenberger is going to be in there somehow. It's set to be released June 19th. So we're probably going to be seeing more trailers coming out in the near future. I'm actually kind of...
hopefully with less footage from other movies.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of excited for this premise. I think it's a really creative idea. It's sort of going back to their roots of, just weird novel ideas.
It sounds like one of their short films.
Yeah. Yeah, it actually does, now that you mention that. Yeah, because I was just thinking, what's even the conflict gonna be? What are they doing for an hour and a half?
Well, it says, Riley is uprooted from her Midwest life when her father starts a new job in San Francisco. She's guided by her emotions. They live in the headquarters inside her brain.
I get it.
As Riley and her emotions struggle to adjust to a new life in San Francisco, turmoil ensues in headquarters. Although Joy, Riley's main and most important emotion, tries to keep things positive, the emotions conflict on how best to navigate a new city, house, and school.
Can this sequel be about puberty?
Oh, God. No, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see the inside of a teenager's brain.
I don't want to see a teenager.
I don't want to see the inside, outside, any side. Get him away. Keep them off of my house.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I brought them up in this podcast.
I know, they're not welcome here.
We here at Toon Goons do not condone teenagers. Just immediately become an adult after your
half
11th
of our
or
audience
12th
be
birthday.
Teenagers. All right.
I don't care. I knew I was terrible when I was a teenager.
Me too. All right,
for me, it was like, man, I was terrible last year, but this year I finally got it together.
It's basically like
to this day.
Year.
Every year up until I don't know what
every
year
year
is
until
it?
you die. I was better this time around.
And then on your deathbed, you're like, I finally got it figured out.
This is what it's all about.
All right, so relevant to today's episode, Focus Features and Laika make distribution deal for 3 new movies. So, Laika and Focus Features, who've been distributing all of the films, Boxtrolls, ParaNorman, Coraline, will continue their partnership for their next 3 projects.
Yes.
Also, this article said that Boxtrolls was actually the biggest debut yet for a Laika film, with 17.3 million gross on the last weekend where it premiered, which is pretty great. So, yeah. So we're going to have the same Laika Focus Features team, and they're contractually obligated to make at least 3 more movies. So, we got that to look forward to.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
I like the guarantee that they'll make more movies, because they're all good.
Yes.
Travis Knight, the CEO, Laika president and CEO, made this statement. Focus and Laika are kindred spirits. Over 8 years and 3 films, we forged an incredible bond over a shared love for and commitment to bold, distinctive, and enduring stories. Peter and his superlative team have created a welcoming home for original voices and enriching, challenging filmmaking. They're the bravest studio in the world. We look forward to many ongoing cinematic adventures with our Focus Universal family. The best is yet to come. And then there's a picture of his face. He has very blue eyes. So yay. Okay. And more animation studio news. Supposedly, a Japanese firm has expressed interest in buying DreamWorks Animation. According to The Hollywood Reporter, SoftBank, I guess the name of the company, has offered a $32 a share for the public company, putting its value at $3.4 billion.
Okay, I was going to ask, is that high? Because I couldn't be worse at the stock market.
The offer also reportedly includes a 5-year deal for founder and CEO Jeffrey Katzenberg to stay on board. While DreamWorks have denied to comment on these rumors, the reporter writes a source informed it that there was an emergency board meeting held late last week to consider the offer. SoftBank is a Japanese conglomerate connected to DreamWorks through former Google executive Nikesh Arora, who heads up SoftBank's internet and media division. And DreamWorks has been seeking a buyer for a while.
Yeah, because they've been hurting.
So is this what DreamWorks needs to save their butts? I don't
Find out later, I guess. Well,
at this point, like, if Dragons 2 didn't work, then I don't fucking know. Who knows what'll do it? I mean, they just try anything at this fucking point. Whatever. Do it. Do it. Fucking dare you.
So...
Do it, asshole!
Alright.
I'm calling you out, DreamWorks. I think you're fucking chicken.
Okay, so the newest video game movie licensing project in the works is the Angry Birds movie.
Fuck
the cast announcement has been released with
they have legs.
with
it's
talents
so weird.
like Peter Dinklage, Bill Hader, and Maya Rudolph. All confirmed for the big screen adaptation of this popular...
Which bird is he, boys?
Um...
I'm about to play Destiny tomorrow, so I get to hear him too. Then
I don't know who he's playing. We just know that they're attached to the project, and they're definitely going to be in it.
we just know
The
he's
plot is shrouded in secrecy.
I'm gonna throw up.
It's going to be directed by Fergal Riley and Clay Catus.
Are they known entities?
Oh my god, Smosh is in the cast. Those two guys.
Oh,
two
okay, no,
guys.
here are the roles.
YouTube
Here are the roles. Okay. Sudeikis? What's his?
Jason
Sudeikis?
Oh, Jason Sudeikis.
Jason
Okay.
Sudeikis will take the lead as the temperamental Red, with Gad as the nifty Chuck, and McBride as the explosive Bomb.
What, Gad, Olaf Gad?
Josh
Gad.
Gad?
Yeah.
Yeah, Olaf.
And then Danny McBride as Bomb. Maya Rudolph will play the female bird Matilda, with Bill Hader on an unspecified role, and Peter Dinklage as the legendary Mighty Eagle.
Perfect casting. At least where Peter is concerned.
Jesus Christ.
I want to see it just for
This
him.
movie's gonna make $1 trillion. Tweens love that fucking game.
Oh, speaking of Angry Birds, freaking Nikki, what do you think about the new Break the Targets?
There is a
They're
mode
talking
in
about
the new
Smash Brothers. By the way.
There's a mode in Smash Brothers that's Angry Birds! And they expected me not to notice! It's an even shallower experience than Angry Birds. Here's the thing, despite my tone, it's not like I hate Angry Birds. For what a mobile game is supposed to be, it really hits every mark.
Yeah.
Without being... And it's also not without being bugged with all the, garbage that will often bring down a free-to-play game. It's a solid game to play on the bus or toilet. I don't understand why it's such a huge goddamn deal.
I don't know either, but the Angry Birds animated show was launched last year and has picked up more than 3 billion views in its first 18 months.
That's half of everybody!
I can't even be mad.
Look to your left and look to your right. Both of these people have seen the fucking Angry Birds show.
I mean, BN stands for billion, yeah?
Maybe it's like 3-year-olds watching it like 20 times.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
The movie, a partnership.
But here's the so. Ultimately, though, Angry Birds does make me angry, appropriately enough, because I don't understand where it makes all this fucking money. Isn't it free?
Yeah.
Or is it like $1?
You can. I think it's one. They probably have like you can unlock shit or get dumb shit or just add.
I think there's some free to play stuff in there, but it's not like
also merchandising.
Oh yeah, there's also that fucking shit.
Angry Birds Squishables.
There is an Angry
They're making
Birds...
a Puppy Cat Squishable.
Oh, they already made it.
Yeah. It looks great.
There's a physical Angry Birds game. You can buy it and set up
I've
all
seen
the
it.
little things and the pigs, and then you knock it down and then you set it back up again, except you don't. You put it back in the house.
I've seen it. The movie, a partnership between Finnish Angry Birds creator Rovio and Hollywood studio Sony, is due to hit cinemas in July 2016.
Let's all go see it together.
Hand in hand. Heart in heart and hand.
Hand in hand, me and you on either side of Nikki dragging him. That's what hand in hand.
I'm in the theater and I'm just like squeezing your hands so hard with my skinny, tiny hands, breaking your bones.
Alright, and maybe some more fun news? Rocky and Bullwinkle is due to return in a new short on the Mr. Peabody and Sherman 3D Blu-ray.
Oh.
So, the short is 2 parts. Adventure titled Another Fine Moose You've Gotten Me Into, or
Fuck off.
Or The Man in the Iron Moose.
Okay.
That one's... So there's actually a exclusive peek you can see. It's it's 3D. I've seen it. It's basically the plot is that Bullwinkle has fallen in love on a cruise and is getting married on a cruise ship, but the moose he's fallen in love with is actually a robot being controlled by Boris, and Natasha's there too. That's about it.
How does this and is what the robot gonna like blow up when they kiss or something? Because their goal was to kill them, right? That was always it. They were explicitly trying to murder these animals.
I thought they wanted to kidnap Pikachu.
I mean, they might as well have.
Yeah, the short it's 5 minutes. It's written by Thomas Lennon and Robert Ben Garant, and directed by Gary Truesdale, the guy who Beauty and the Beast director. It's kind of interesting.
Huh.
Okay, can I just say that over the course of this podcast we've been doing, to everyone out there, can people with like names like John Smith be in cartoons? Or like John Brown? Can more people with like the whitest names possible that are just impossible to mispronounce get into animation for our sakes?
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, less...
As much as I love Gendy Tartakovsky.
I was gonna bring up Gendy Tartakovsky. I can't even say it!
I've steeled my mouth over the years to be able to say it.
Even like, Craig McCracken. That's very Anglo and it's very fun to say.
Yeah.
Lauren Faust. I can work with that. Pendleton Ward. It's a made-up name, but it's easy to say. Rebecca Sugar. That's just a regular word.
That's just cute.
That's like a
Natasha
food.
Allegri?
Allegri, you're pushing it. Look at it spelled. Maybe you're not that familiar. I don't know.
I mean, luckily we're all Italians, so we can deal with this.
Exactly.
Well, anyway,
like
I really
it could be a season.
I don't want this to like come across as racist. We're just kind of dumb. We're just bad at names.
I am very bad at names.
Bad at names.
I mispronounced Jessica DeSico last week. I said DeCoco. I looked at her name and gave up halfway through.
Well, anyway, I don't know about this. Like, I saw the preview, and I'm like, I'm not kind of into the way that it looks. Like, I don't know if they really translated it into 3D as well. Like, especially coming after that Popeye short, which they did such a great job translating.
It's kind of a new high water mark.
Like, I really liked Rocky and Bullwinkle as a kid. Like, we rented some tapes of some episodes, like, from the library a couple times, and, like, I would watch them, like, over and over and over again. Like, they're fun and really dynamic. But, like, when Rocky's, like,
and it's June 4th.
Yeah, and, like, when Rocky's flying around in the 3D, it looks really weird. He's just flying. And it's, like, it just looks weird.
See, when I was a kid, I remember liking that Rocky and Bullwinkle movie. Was I wrong? Was it bad?
Yes, it was terrible.
Okay.
I mean,
I can live with that.
I saw it as a kid, too, but from what I can recall of it, it was
I don't even remember that movie. That happened?
Because why? Because all I remember was the plot, and that already set off some things. Because anytime they revive a new franchise and they don't care about it, and they just want to make a cliche summer blockbuster kids movie, here's what they do. It's these cartoon characters. They're in the real world now.
Yeah, they're doing that with Paddington Bear. Paddington Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paddington Bear. That was Smurfs. Was that Looney Tunes back in action? Is that what that was?
Yeah. And Space Jam to a degree, or that was the reverse. That was almost a play on that. Allow me
it would have been if Space Jam was a smart movie.
Yeah. But anyway, and then the Smurfs to an extent because they're out of their element.
Yeah.
And then freaking there's a live action Fat Albert movie.
I remember it was played by Keenan.
Yeah.
Who I think was also in Rocky and Bullwinkle. I think he was a guy at Wassamata U. Which, let's be frank, that's such a good joke. A university called Wassamata U.
That's pretty great.
That's
Rocky and Bullwinkle was funny.
Wassamata U has its own Wikipedia article. That's how good it holds up.
But yeah, like, I don't know about this short. Maybe it'll be fun. I mean, it's like, I don't know if it's quite the return people want, but I mean, I'm glad it exists, I guess. You have to buy the Blu-ray of Peabody and Sherman to watch it.
You look it up on YouTube when the DVD comes out.
Yeah. Now, have any... I don't actually know how good that movie was. It looked, from the trailers, watchable but unremarkable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about it the second it came out.
Yeah.
So did the marketing team. They marketed the hell out of it. It was like, oh, it's out. Finally, we can stop playing this fucking Bastille song that's actually kind of okay.
I'll watch it eventually, probably, maybe. I don't know if we talk about it on the show.
Yeah, probably. Alright, so the only other news I have is sort of announcements for some cartoon stuff going down in New York Comic-Con this weekend. I am not going.
Oh, shit.
I'm not going because I've gone 2 years. I know myself. I don't like it. It's too much. It's too many people. It's too many things.
And you've already met George Perez once.
It's overwhelming. It's expensive, and I don't have the constitution for it. But it is a cool, convention and stuff. And there's a lot of things going on. For Frederator Studios, they are doing a bunch of stuff with Bee and Puppycat. Scheduled to make 3 appearances. Let's see, what are they doing? So on the Saturday, they are going to be doing an inside look at creating an animation hit. They will offer a sneak peek at the first season, and we'll talk about the appeal of the cartoon, and why they made it. Then Natasha Allegri will be doing autographs at the We Love Fine booth. Then they're doing this actually really interesting panel called New Japanese Animation, Kakehashi Project, The Bridge for Tomorrow. A panel presented by the Japan Foundation. It's moderated by Justin Leach, the producer of Kick Heart, which was one of Masaki Yuasa's films. And it includes Natasha Allegri. And the panel will feature 5 up-and-coming talented Japanese animators and their work, including Saki Muramoto from the cartoon It's Time for Supper, Ro Okawara from A Wind Egg, Saori Shiroki, A Woman Who Stole Fingers, Aya Suzuki, The Dreaming Machine, The Illusionist, Wolf Children, and The Wind Rises. Yuzuru Tachikawa, Death Billiards, Kill la Kill, Sword Art Online, Attack on Titan, and Terran Resonance. So that's actually sounds like a really cool panel, actually. Like, if you are going to New York Comic Con, you should go to that panel.
Yeah, do that.
And then tell us what it was like, because we're not gonna fucking go.
I'm not. It's.
You kidding me?
I don't want my brain to fall out.
It's a fucking sea of corpses.
That's on Sunday at 1 to 1:45 at room 1A21. And then...
That's so 1 to 1:45 in the panel and like, I don't know, 9 to 1 in mine.
Pretty much. I don't like big conventions. I don't have fun in them. It's too much. But also, Korra, of course, is doing some stuff. So on Thursday, they're doing a thing called Your Own Nickelodeon Recording Session, where you can be the voice of Bolin in a scene with Eska, or the voice of Aang in a scene with Katara. Stop by the Nickelodeon booth to voice over classic and current Nick cartoons.
That's cool, but
I'm going to
that's cool. I just wish they would have some female characters in there because it seems kind of anthrocentric. Andro.
Anthro is like human. Andro is like...
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also...
Pabu.
I mean, it is also anthrocentric, but it kind of has to be. I mean, unless you want to make a bunch of squeakachu noises for Pabu.
And then that Thursday from 5:15 to 6:15 is going to be the Legend of Korra Book 4 panel. It's going to have, of course, Kinetsuko, DiMartino, voice of Korra, voice of Mako, voice of Bolin. They're going to premiere an upcoming episode. Good luck to people trying to get in. I have some friends who want to go, and I'm like, good luck to you.
Didn't you try to go to a Korra panel last year? Wasn't there... No, I know you didn't get in.
I had the idea, I'll go to the Korra panel. And I was like, I got there, afternoon, and, there was no way I was getting anywhere.
You pretty much have to sneak in through the air ducts and then just fall and drop into a chair.
I bet even those
New
are
York
crowded.
Isn't as bad as San Diego, but
it's the second worst.
Yeah, it's... every time I went, it took me 2 hours before my stomach stopped hurting and I could enjoy myself because it just, the mass of people is so overwhelming. And then they're doing another recording thing on Saturday. On Friday. They're doing another thing. They're doing the recording thing every day, so you can do that whenever. And then on the Friday, there's going to be a signing at the Dark Horse booth with the creators. However, you need a wristband. So wristbands will be distributed by drawing in the Dark Horse booth on Saturday and Sunday at show opening. So that's fun.
Weird.
Yeah.
Are they releasing the final chapter of the Rift or something?
Maybe.
Or are they just...
I think they're just selling books and signing books. And then there's going to be IGN's New York Comic Con Legend of Korra video game party at the Sky Room, which you have to RSVP for.
Oh, yeah, that's coming out.
Of course.
Ugh.
And then there's going to be a fan panel moderated by the Avatar Mom group, which actually sound like a pretty cool group of people. The Avatar Mom fans. There will be... And during...
Oh, they're just moms who like the show?
By Avatar Mom. Yeah.
Cool.
With panelists Monica McLean, illustrator, art instructor, Allison Wilgus, artist, writer, Kevin Coppa, puppet bender, creator, Sifu Manuel Rodriguez, he's the martial arts choreographer, and Jesse Flower, voice of Toph, are all going to be there. And there's going to be a live comic reading from The Rift. They want cosplayers and...
other things
you may win books.
Make and sell photos.
Yeah, you may win a books or a signed original Legend of Korra animation drawings donated by Studio Mirror. So, get in that panel. And then at the end, there will be a signing with Jesse Flower at the Dark Horse booth, which you will also need wristbands for.
Basically, they've already decided who's gonna go and win everything.
If you're not already going, you can't.
If you don't already know for a fact that you're gonna get a signed thing, you're not gonna. The rich get richer.
Yeah. Yep. So that's all I've got. I'll report on if anything new gets announced next week from the convention itself.
All right. So this week, we are talking about the newest movie from Laika Studios. I guess it's Laika.
I think it's just Laika.
Yeah, the studio known as Laika. Is it an integral article? Is it the Boxtrolls?
Yeah, it's the Boxtrolls.
All right. It's the Boxtrolls. Their third film following Coraline and ParaNorman.
Yeah, in case you didn't know that, for all you Laika virgins out there.
That
neither of us knew how to respond to that.
That threw me for a loop. Oy. Yeah, stop motion animated, kind of Halloween-y, not as Halloween-y as their other two were, which was to say extremely. This one's just kind of. But at least unlike ParaNorman, they're releasing it close to October. I mean, it's October now, it's in theaters. ParaNorman came out in like August.
Yeah, that was balls.
Yeah. Now, this is a studio that has everything they've done has been critically acclaimed, but hasn't made that much money. I actually looked this up. Both Coraline and ParaNorman made back twice their money in the international box office. I don't think they opened that well, and the reason, and that's really what's most important with film, is that because it's so hard to measure how well movies do because everybody lies about the budget and everything. What's so important to the most important metric of success, which is really an arbitrary one, is opening weekend sales, which is more than anything a metric of advertising. Mm-hmm. How effective was the advertising? For example, Godzilla had pretty good advertising, and everybody saw it and was like, it's okay. So people who didn't see it the first weekend were like, I'm not going to bother.
Yeah. Wish I did that. I would have seen it anyway. I love Godzilla too much, but it wasn't great.
Because everybody's like, Godzilla was barely in it, or Bryan Cranston was barely in it. So didn't have...
All the good things about that film were in there for a fraction of it.
Was Ken Watanabe even in there that much?
He was, but he just kind of stood there.
Yeah, he wasn't in there.
He was in the background.
I mean, I can barely understand what that guy says anyway.
Well, he doesn't say much.
That'll be fine.